The hair's not good. Anyway, okay. Today we have Fugazi, Waiting Room. So I did a review of Minor Threat last week, In My Eyes, and I was talking about Fugazi, and I gotta be honest with you, I've never listened to Fugazi. I've heard of them, obviously, but yeah, I've never listened to the band. So we have Waiting Room, which again, I know is a big song of theirs and everything, but again, I've never listened to it. So let's get into it today. Less than 3 minutes, pretty much the kind of time limit that Ian MacKay's bands would be at. Anyway, let's get into this today. Talk about it after. Let's go. Love the back vocals. Oh my god, alright. Fugazi. Waiting Room. I feel like my eyes have to adjust here. Anyway. Yeah, so I have to say, yeah, I've never heard that song. It does not sound familiar at all, but I love... hold on, let me hold the phone. I had to search up when this song came out. 1988. And again, like I talked about, with Minor Threat, obviously that was an earlier project, the early 80s. And Ian MacKay, he was about 26, I guess, at least in 1988. So, there's so much of a difference between his voice in his early 20s to, his mid 20s. He sounded so much more, he sounded so much more polished. I mean, again, for as polished as you can be with a genre that like this, he still sounds so raw and aggressive. And again, like I said, I love the background vocals. It just sounds like I don't know. It just sounds like, this band they were ready to go, whatever that means. They were just, I don't know, so I guess, amped up, I guess is really what came down to it. It's, you just kind of get amped up listening to it. And I mean, I guess that's the whole point, just to go, to talk about, sitting in the waiting room, almost like sitting in the waiting room of life, if we want to get deep. Sitting in the waiting room, I guess, just to, get up and do something with your life, get up and do anything, I guess, with your life. And I just love, I guess, that message of the song. And again, less than 3 minute song. I just really enjoy, how much, meaning, I guess, they can pack in that time. And so anyway, like I was saying with Ian MacKay's voice, he just sounds so much more, I guess, so much more, I don't even know what it is, so much more, right, packed. If that, he sounds so much more fit, what the frig is Mike trying to say? Hold the phone. I don't know, maybe wiser. It sounds like he's grown into his voice. He sounds, I don't know, he just sounds a lot more captivating here than that's what I got anyway. So anyway, all that put aside, I have to say the drummer here, every band member here, especially the bassist, I mean, crazy bass work as well. But I was really enjoying the drums, and I mean, he didn't, Brendan Canty was on drums here, and at some points, he went, a little faster, and then it's just like, but it was like kind of like a thing where he showed like, I could go really fast, I can go crazy, but he doesn't for the, for most of the song. He just, he sits in the spot, but at some parts it's like, he can go crazy, and he's telling you he can go crazy. That's what I was getting. So anyway, so yeah, I really enjoyed Brendan Canty on the drums here. They were fantastic. And then, like I said, Joe Lally on bass here. Like I said, you can't miss the bass work. I mean, holy crap. And I guess that's the thing, what I've seen from the comments, that, Fugazi's, the bass has always been pretty prominent, pretty good. And then what I had to search up how to say this guy's name. Guy Picciotto. Is how I found it anyway. Was also, it says he does vocals. So I guess he just does vocals, and then Ian MacKay on vocals and guitar. So I guess Guy was the man on the backing vocals, which I said I loved. And again, it has that kind of rowdy, that kind of, let's F shit up. There you go. Kind of a feeling, and those voices really, give that feeling off of that. And so yeah, really enjoyed that. And again, Ian MacKay, like I said, he just sounds more, I mean, he sounds like he's aged a little bit, and that just really makes him sound, again, I guess, like I said, a little bit more wiser, whatever. So I just really enjoyed that feeling of the song. So anyway, all that put aside, there is an about here on Genius, and like I said, how I thought about the song, being kind of a waiting room of life. And I liked how at the start there, near the start anyway, it was kind of like a ticking, kind of like a clock, like when you're in a waiting room, if you're at like the doctors, or I guess a hospital. Like you said, he's a very patient person at the start, kind of patient, and you're kind of thinking about being at a doctor's office or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, the ticking of a clock or something. I like that addition to the song. But anyway, so I like to start off. So waiting room is critical of the mindset of waiting for your time, waiting for the next thing, waiting for your turn, and not shaking or taking things for yourself due to calm, apparent order, and progress around you. And then we go down, and it goes on. The song is about getting motivation to do something meaningful with one's life. In the beginning, the speaker is jealous of the people he knows who are going out and taking action. The song as a whole is motivation to go out into the world and do it. And I mean, yeah, that's the real thing. I mean, I can think back, conversations with, my therapist. You talk about, you go on social media, you go on Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is. And that's one thing, when you go on those sites, it's a lot of people showing their, the best moments of their life or whatever. It's because it's not always happy, because I guess, and like somebody's, a person who's like, has, mental health issues, whatever, who thinks, their life is, the worst, whatever, somebody like me, going on social media and seeing, people going out there doing something with their life, and seeing like, oh crap, their life is always great, which isn't the case. But anyway, that comes to mind. And how, you see these people and you become jealous of them, and how they can just go out and, like he says, take action, and how, I guess the song is about, the person who's jealous, themselves taking action and doing something with their life. So I just really enjoy, I guess, that message that Genius is saying anyway. And I mean, and like it says in the first verse, I am a patient boy. I wait. My time is like watered down a drain. Everybody's moving. Everybody's grooving. No, everybody's moving. Please don't leave me to remain in the waiting room. And again, I just love Ian's distinctive yell. I mean, he's so, I mean, I don't know if he ever just phones in a song, his, especially, back here in the 80s anyway. He just sounds so, impassioned. He sounds so, visceral, and it's just great. And of course, with the chorus, I don't want the news, I cannot use it. I don't want the news, I won't live by it. Sitting outside of town, everybody's always down. Tell me why? Because they can't get up. And I mean, there, if you just look at it, as it is, everybody's always down. Why? Because they can't get up. I mean, yeah, it kind of works out. This is with the post-chorus, come on, get up, come on, get up. And I guess, there are some annotations here from Genius. And, it says here, feels like, if you feel like you're being held down while others succeed because of opportunities, it goes on, and these opportunities aren't being presented to you. You still have to get up. Fugazi wants you to stop waiting for someone to give you a break and do it yourself. And I mean, yeah, this is just such a, uplifting track. And it's just, full of, I guess, optimism for the person listening to it, which I love. And, yeah, I can't believe it took me this long to listen to it. My goodness. Also, what else is there? Okay, so yeah, Wikipedia, like I already did. Yeah, I guess there's nothing else I really need to talk about it on it, that I want to read. Anyway, so yeah, I just really enjoy, such a great, obviously Fugazi, from what I've been told again, and just listening to the song, a great post-hardcore band, and again, one of one of many of Ian MacKay's projects, and I can see why this song is, one of their signature songs, if not their signature song, because like I said, it can be very relatable, and it can get people up off their ass to do stuff, and yeah, so I just really enjoy that whole thing about it. So anyway, I mean, I guess that's all I gotta really say. What a great performance. Again, I love the backing vocals, love the drumming, the bass is unmissable, everything going on here is great. It's just, I mean, you can't not love it, especially if you like hardcore punk indie music, really. So anyway, I guess that's all I gotta say. Again, I want to say, apologies for not knowing how to describe what I thought about Ian MacKay's voice and how he's kind of grown into it or whatever earlier. But yeah, he sounded so much more visceral and so much more ready to go here. Not that he doesn't, when I listen to Minor Threat, but he just sounds a lot more deep. His voice at least sounds a lot more deeper or something. His yell's different. Anyway, so yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. Really appreciate all the support, and I will talk to you folks again soon.